The robbers set up a roadblock and hijacked a truck transporting special paper used for printing currency. Then, dressed in police uniforms, they successfully infiltrated the National Mint. A hacker inside the truck disabled all alarms and surveillance systems. Then, with a single gunshot, the robbers inside the truck coordinated with their accomplices at the entrance and quickly took control of 67 hostages. Among them was a group of visiting high school students. They sealed the main doors. The heist had officially begun. One of the robbers used cutting tools to open the vault and saw stacks of printed cash. But that wasn't their real target. This heist had been 20 years in the making. The mastermind behind it all was a refined and brilliant professor. He had handpicked 8 dangerous criminals and secretly trained them for 5 months. Each of them had a criminal record. The team leader had committed 27 robberies, including one where he stole over 400 diamonds. Now, terminally ill, he had only 6 months to live. The miner had once worked underground and used his blasting skills to rob jewelry stores. His son was a brutal fighter with deadly fists. The hacker had been programming since he was 6. The counterfeit expert had been forging bills since he was 13. There were also twin brothers, former mercenaries, in charge of firepower and combat. And finally, the woman, responsible for 17 previous robberies, experienced, reckless, and fearless. With the professor guiding them remotely, the team quickly secured the entire mint. They even took the daughter of the British ambassador to Spain as a hostage. The professor had timed the school visit perfectly. With her captured, the authorities dared not make any rash moves. The robbers confiscated all phones and cut off the signals. Then, using the sewer system, they pulled in a wired phone line to communicate with the professor. Next, they walked out of the mint carrying 2 bags of cash and opened the front door. Planning to escape? Not even close. They were just getting started. They reported the robbery themselves, waiting for the police to arrive. The woman and the hacker staged a fake shootout outside the mint, dropped their backpacks, and retreated back inside. They wanted the police to believe they were trapped, which would buy them time for negotiations instead of a forced assault. And every hour they stalled, they could print 8 million euros. The counterfeit expert oversaw the printing process, and the machines ran around the clock. The best part? None of the bills had tracking codes. The money they printed was spendable, perfectly legal cash. As the bills flowed like water from the machines, the robbers burst into laughter, drowning in a fortune of their own making.